holiday of ballet. Dancers from 23 countries come to Moscow to take part in the 4th International Ballet Contest. I think that such an event as the international contest, says Galina Ulanova, makes it possible for us to learn new names and to understand the new trends in modern dancing. I would like to wish all the participants not only success and awards, but also the pure joy of a new awareness of their art.
Canada. Sabina Aleman, Owen Montague.
Номер 5 и 6.
5 and 6.
Второй дуэт.
Martin
Drawing lots, an exciting moment, the first test.
Номер 73-74.
Советский Союз. Нина Ананиашвили, Андрес Лиепа, дуэт.
Номер 17 и 18.
Алла Артюшкина-Ханяшвили и Юрий Васюченко.
Правильно. Сейчас впереди где-нибудь. 13 и 14.
Ирек Мухамедов, Галина Крапивина.
108-109.
Соединенные Штаты Америки.
United States. Уильям Старрет.
Уильям Старрет.
Номер 51.
51. Республика Куба.
The Cuban Republic.
Мария дель Росарио Суарес, Роландо Кандия.
Номер 89-90.
Юкико Кониши, Нобору Мияги.
Номер 83-84.
83-84. Okay.
Many times there were wished lots of luck, but Lady Luck was with those who were persistent and determined. A second of inspired dancing is worth the many hours of practicing. For the first time, there are two groups, the senior with experienced dancers and the junior consisting mainly of youngsters from schools of choreography. Martin Lamy and Serge Lavoie from Canada are in the junior group. The Canadian School of Choreography teaches technical precision, artistic expression, and elegance. Yuria Shimamura from Japan. The participants were given the use of the halls of the Moscow School of Choreography and the Bolshoi Theater, all the necessary conditions. Besides the dance and music, the ballet is also a theater, and a theater means the magic of artistic transformation. The young contestants are preparing to go out on stage. There are 126 entrants. In the jury are such world-famous names as the Soviet ballerina Galina Ulanova, the American ballet master Jeffrey, the French ballerina Yvette Mauvire. The chairman of the jury is the head ballet master of the Bolshoi Theater, Yuri Grigorovich. And the Cuban ballerina Alicia Alonso, and others. The excitement backstage is catching. In just a few seconds, the curtains will part and the competition will be underway. The classical program is the most important part of the contest. The ability to perform in the language of the classical ballet is an indication of the professional level of the contestant. The Pas de Deux from Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake, Alla Artyushkina Haniashvili and Yuri Vasuchenko from the USSR. Her precision and strong dancing allowed her to create an excellent image of the confident and evil Odile. Martin Lamy, Canada, variations from Delibes' Coppelia. The contestants also had to perform a modern dance. Yanis Piqueres from Venezuela with his partner Maria Mencia. She is not competing. This is the duet from Prokofiev's ballet Romeo and Juliet, staged by John Cranko. The young dancer proved to be an excellent interpreter. His performance seems to be full of life and excitement. The expressive lines and rhythms of the modern dance as performed by Rosario Suarez from Cuba are a far cry from the harmonious and well-balanced forms of the classical ballet, but they have their own dramatic force and expressiveness. An entreaty, a protest, and utter despair live in the dance. Modern choreographers search for ways of portraying the signs, the emotions, the rhythms of modern life in the dance. During the competitions, we saw the most varied dances, from ordinary everyday scenes to difficult philosophical interpretations. Alexander Stepkin, the USSR, with choreographer Dementyev, rehearses The Organ Grinder and the Muse, music by Simakin.
Один раз как зашел, так сразу больше нужно дергаться. А теперь спокойно. Спокойно поворот головы.
The young dancer displayed a spiritual artistry, charm, and sincere dramatism. Jigi Hayat from the Federal Republic of Germany and her partner Dinko Bogdanovich used the music of Vail for their dance, The Small Threepenny Suite. dance has the grotesque and supple buffoonery. After the eccentric Threepenny Suite, an entirely different impression is created by the lyrical Sonnet, music by Saulsky, staged by Usmanov. The dancers are Alla Artsushkina Haniashvili and Yuri Vasuchenko. Choreographer Usmanov and the young dancer Anatoly Kucheruk are rehearsing a dance by Giviksman with his music. The music, says the ballet master, gave me the idea of a lonely youngster in a huge capitalist city. Anna Kushnerova and Konstantin Zaklinsky, the USSR. A fragment from the duet of Esmeralda and Quasimodo from the ballet by Jarre Notre Dame de Paris. The choreography by the prominent French ballet master Roland Petit demands an internally rich but laconic character interpretation. Famous artists of the Soviet ballet pass on their experience to artists from many countries. Olga Lipishynskaya brought her students from Sweden to the competition.
There or here.
The competitions help discover individuality and artistic performers. The very strong and at times severe and courageous dancing of Irek Muhamedov, the USSR, drew everyone's attention. Irek Muhamedov and his partner Galina Krapivina dance apart from Stravinsky's ballet The Rite of Spring, staged by Natalia Kasatkina and Vladimir Vasilyev. The Soviet ballet has produced a new type of dancer, the art of the world-renowned Yermolaeva, Chebukyani, Vasilyev, Lavrovsky, embodying courage and strength. The dancing of the young Muhamedov is a worthy continuation of the wonderful traditions of Soviet ballet. Margareta Pirkun-Bebezici, the USSR, won the hearts of the audience and the jury by her gentle and soul-searching dancing, the depth and complexity of her internal world. Margarita Perkun-Bebezici and Vladimir Kirillov dance a fragment from Khachaturian's Spartacus, staged by Yuri Grigorovich. The meeting of the jury, the endless programs, the difficult and tense atmosphere of the competitions all vividly illustrated just what modern ballet signified. They say that sport is not far from the art of the dance. This may be good, but it is bad when art turns into sport, when the final goal is no more than technical records. Technical ability, physical energy, and movement become art only when they blend together with the natural movements of the dance and its internal feelings. After the tense competitions, the number of participants is reduced to 60. Even empty, the Bolshoi Theater is wonderful, rehearsing with the orchestra. The conductor is Algis Juraitis. For lovers of the ballet, all the days of the competition were a holiday. I was touched by the wonderful atmosphere of the competition. I feel as though it were a Christmas party, said a member of the jury from the Federal Republic of Germany, the ballerina and teacher Constance Vernon. The competitions were held in 3 stages. In the first, all the contestants danced the classical ballet. In the second, they danced classical and modern numbers, and in the third, again classical. The classical ballet requires severe performance while allowing boundless opportunities for search and individual interpretation. Svetlana Smirnova, the USSR, variations of Aurora from Tchaikovsky's Sleeping Beauty. The ballerina is severe and restrained, displaying the high professionalism for which the Perm school is distinctive. Canadian Kevin Pugh creates a fantastic storybook image of the bluebird from The Sleeping Beauty. His dance is impressive from the very start, characteristic of Canadian ballet. The Soviet pedagogue Eric Volodin is rehearsing with Yanis Piquetes, Venezuela, the duet from Don Quixote by Minkus. In Romeo and Juliet, his dancing was refined and lyrical. In Basil, he displayed a lightning vitality and mischievous elegance. Amanda Mascolo, the United States. Her Florine from The Sleeping Beauty is very refined with a slightly capricious grace. A fragment from Esmeralda, Natalia Arkhipova, USSR, in the junior group. This very young ballerina was quite on a par with her older colleagues. A fragment from The Sleeping Beauty by Tchaikovsky. Graduates of the Moscow School of Choreography, Nina Ananiashvili and Andris Liepa, won the hearts of the audience. the key problems in the development of the ballet discussed during the competitions is the problem of preserving classical traditions. It is necessary to maintain the precise choreographic text, purity of classical forms, and to foster a fine feeling of classical lines. The technical criteria are becoming greater, more complex, and are changing. Only the severity and correctness of classical forms remain untouched. The laws of competition are implacable. Excitement and fatigue, at times a feeling of absolute emptiness after a performance that drains all physical and spiritual strength. Margarita Perkun-Babazicci and Vladimir Kirillov, the USSR, in the fragment from The Corsair. The performance by Margarita Perkun-Babazicci was one of the most interesting events of the competition. Member of the jury from Canada, Betty Oliphant, said, "For me, as a pedagogue, I find that inspiration, poetry, artistry are all very important in the ballet. I cannot help saying that your dancer, Margarita Perkun, in this sense, made a very great impression on me." Edek Muhamedov, variations from Don Quixote. Muhamedov's Basil is nothing like the light and conniving Basil as danced by Piqueras. Muhamedov's Basil portrays a mighty temperament and overwhelming zest. His dancing is like a whirlwind of joy.
Дорогие друзья, мы начнем с младшей группы.
We shall begin with a junior group. Nous commencerons par les jeunes.
По условиям у нас есть один приз.
Under the conditions, we have one prize, the prize of the Ministry of Culture.
Я хочу напомнить, что по очкам, по двум турам у нас высший балл имеет Нина Анаяшвили.
I would remind you that in points after 2 tours, Nina Ananiashvili has the highest score. We think she should be awarded this prize, and we ask your judgment.
Первую премию мы считаем, надо разделить.
The jury's final sitting lasted almost through the night. The strict approach of this respected jury is something of a barometer of the culture of the modern dance. The final appraisal, followed by the award, is an assertion of the seriousness of the school, the stability of traditions, and unerring taste. After careful discussions, 8 gold medals were awarded. The grand prize and gold medal are awarded to Irek Muhamedov of the USSR. Alla Artyushkina Haniashvili, USSR, gold medal. Yanis Piquedes, Venezuela, gold medal. Nina Ananiashvili, USSR, Junior Group, Ministry of Culture Prize and a gold medal. Andris Liepa, USSR, Junior Group, gold medal. Amanda Macaro, United States, Junior Group, gold medal. Nina Arkhipova, Junior Group, USSR, gold medal. Margarita Percun Bevezici, USSR, gold medal. The competition was a holiday not only for the audience, but for all those who took part and those who watched. The wonderful traditions of Moscow ballet competitions continue. The Arbita Production Group.
Рефлексион, опорная нога, сильная. 3, два. Еще. Раз, два. И пассы. Три бросать. Круазе назад. Димитрии. Три бросать. Опорно на гостиной голову оставлять. Четко. И... Три тонкие бросать. Правый. Репрессион. И пирет андор. Пожалуйста. И...
Young ballet dancers of the world. Scenario: Pyotr Abalimov, Boris Tarshov, and Arkady Zinneman. Chief Consultant Olga Lipashinskaya, People's Artist of the USSR. Directed by Arkady Zinneman. Camera: Anatoly Kaznin, Mahmoud Rafikov, and Gleb Chumakov. Even if you were lucky enough to be at the Bolshoi Theater during the first international ballet competition, you certainly did not see the participants getting ready for the competition. There were endless rehearsals and tryouts. A single joyous, inspired moment of the dance is the result of endless, grueling hours of rehearsal. Alicia Alonso, the famous Cuban ballerina. She has brought her pupils who will participate in the competition.
Spate, lateral, lateral, sur le coude des pieds, d'esquide. Spate, lateral, lateral, sur le coude des pieds, d'esquide. Double frappe lateral, double frappe lateral.
Apparently one can rehearse like this too.
Lateral, lateral, quadro tacte sur le coude des pieds.
After reaching an agreement in this manner, the Romanians began rehearsing. And so did the Arab dancers. Leonid Zhdanov, a Soviet ballet teacher, is training them. The Arab ballet is one of the youngest ballet schools in the world. Many famed Soviet dancers were instrumental in giving it its start. Vladimir Vasilyev, a Soviet choreographer, rehearsing Peace and War to be performed at the competition. Marina Semyonova, the famous Soviet ballerina and ballet teacher. Nina Sorokina and Yuri Vladimirev rehearsing. Natalia Kasatkina is the choreographer of this dance.
Раз, два, пошла. Раз, два, три, четыре, раз. Вот и все ваши переделки, Юра. Так что без паники, чтобы быть. Я там уже начинала бы.
The participants have gathered to draw their lots. This is a tense moment, and some are superstitious. An announcement is made that at the request of the participants, number 13 has been eliminated from the lots. Mikhail Baryshnikov of the Soviet Union. At least I don't have to worry about drawing number 13. Number 46, but the date of the performance is the 13th. Helgi Thomasson of the United States.
Tomorrow is the first round. I wonder if I'll make the third round.
Natalia Bolshakova and Vadim Gulayev of the Soviet Union. You won't be given a second chance at this exam. Hideo Fukagawa of Japan. I was afraid to enter the competition, but my father and mother said I should, and so here I am. Francesca Zumbo and Patrice Bart of France. Number 47. 7 is certainly a lucky number, but what about the 4? Nina Sorokina and Yuri Vladimirov of the Soviet Union. It's no easy task to represent the Bolshoi Theater. Lyubov Kunakova from the Perm Ballet School, the USSR, is one of the youngest participants, young enough to really enjoy her ice cream. Francesca Zumbo brought along her toy dog that accompanies her everywhere. It's her mascot. And as we shall see, a very lucky mascot at that. The last minutes backstage are always hectic. There are the last few words of advice and the jittery nerves. The gold and red hall of the Bolshoi Theater. Galina Ulanova is chairman of the jury. There were fresh flowers for her every day. The jury was made up of celebrated personalities. Agnes DeMille, United States.